in the NFL. It is the Monday after the season has ended. We now know who is playing who in the playoffs and where they are playing. It is going to be an amazing Super Wildcard weekend, in my opinion. I think that this season ended with a very big drama. That the season ended with a lot of drama, especially with the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Baltimore Ravens. It was great. I think the Packers have a legitimate shot. They do. I think so too. Hey, Bryce, there. Okay, hold on, Bryce. I'm trying to bring you up, brother. Give me just a second. There you are.
Sorry, my shit was fucking up.
No, that's all right, brother. I'm just okay. So I'm trying something real quick, and if it doesn't work, I'm gonna have to redo it. So I was talking with Tim last night, and he was telling me to try to go live through the actual TikTok app on my computer, but I couldn't do it. It kept trying to send me to TikTok Live Studio, so I'm doing the live studios again, hoping that at the 5 minute mark, hey Mateo, I don't get the the
Restriction.
yeah, that restriction. And so I've got that on my computer and I've got the red app on my phone, and I'm gonna go it this way. And if it works, I hope it does. If not, I'm gonna have to reverse it and do the TikTok on my phone and the red app on my computer. Absolutely, the Broncos got the #1 seed. It may not have looked pretty yesterday. It absolutely did not. It looked like we were running I guess you could say a preseason offense just to do enough not to get hurt and play. Now, Bryce, y'all got a heck of a game, brother. I'm gonna tell you that right now. Y'all got a heck of a game with the Buffalo Bills coming into Jacksonville. The only when I look at this game, because I was talking about it this morning with my future son-in-law. What's up, Brady? I was talking to my future son-in-law about it. What worries me about this game is, can Jacksonville's defense stop Josh Allen? And will the Buffalo Bills defense actually show up? That's my problem. That's right. The Pittsburgh Steelers are the king of the North. Good morning, Soakers. What a game that was, right? I mean, I was on Tim's live last night while that game was going on, and we were talking about it and everything. And right before the Steelers kicked that extra point, I was like, you know how many kickers have missed extra points and field goals this year? He's like, man, don't do that, and they missed the extra point. And then the Ravens marched down. With a rookie kicker and missed the kick. Missed the field goal. And Tim's like, you jinxed him. I was like, no, man, I was just speaking the truth. I saw that, Brady, that they had a Catholic priest bless the field. I think the 49ers will beat the Eagles. That is going to be a great game as well. Is that Eagles offense going to show up? Opinions on Tampa Bay not winning the division. That was one of the weirdest divisions I have to say in this year. Not only did it come down to the last game, right? Good morning, Nelly. It also came down to another game, right? The Panthers lose, but get in. The Buccaneers win and don't get in. And we are the Cleveland Browns. We all knew that was coming, though, right? We all knew that Stefanski was going to get fired, unfortunately. But I can tell you this right now. Stefanski is not going to be without a job very long. Not going to lie, I think the Jaguars win the AFC and possibly the Super Bowl. Jonah, I would be okay with that. I really would. I get it. Wait a minute. You're a Broncos fan. You're in the playoffs. I understand. And Bryce knows this. Bryce knows that I am a huge Trevor Lawrence fan. Bryce knows that I am a huge Liam Cohen fan. So if that were to happen, I would absolutely be happy. Why? Because, again, the Jaguars have never been to the Super Bowl, right? They've never been to a Super Bowl. And if they were to go and win their first Super Bowl, being in their first Super Bowl, I think it would be great. What did you think about our Broncos offense yesterday? Our Broncos offense was absolutely a preseason offense. 100%. 100%. Carolina here. Hello, South Carolina here. Hope everyone having a great day, and go Gable. There you go. Go Broncos. Yes, sir. What's up, my brother?
On a good season, man. We're tied with y'all. May the best one win.
I'll tell you this. if the Broncos and the Seahawks were, hey Andrews, if the Broncos and the Seahawks were to make it to the Super Bowl this year, that is going to be very interesting in my family. Why? I'm a Broncos fan, as you can tell. My son-in-law just happens to be a Seahawks fan. My future son-in-law happens to be an Eagles fan. So imagine this in my household, right? I have the opportunity of my team. Hey, what's going on, brother? My team, the Denver Broncos, playing either my son-in-law's Seattle Seahawks team or my future son-in-law's Philadelphia Eagles.
My prediction is that I have the Rams.
My point about the Bronco game yesterday was that we were running out the clock. I think Sean Payton was doing a slow game plan to not risk.
That was not a slow game.
No, that was not a slow game plan. All videos. I'm going to explain it in the best way possible. What happened yesterday is what you call a vanilla preseason offense. That's exactly what he ran. He ran a vanilla preseason offense. He didn't want to get anybody hurt. He didn't want to do any high, wow plays for, I guess you could say you want to keep some things secret for the playoffs. But I'll tell you this. Was it annoying me? 100%. But I am calling CBS today because I do not want Tony Romo to ever commentate on a Broncos game.
Rumble NFL now is just like, hey, once I love him to commentate one of our games.
Man, Romo was driving me crazy yesterday.
I was at the game and I was happy because I did not want to hear Tony Romo.
So what do you say is first round exits?
First round? Okay, I'll get that in just a second. Somebody was about to say something. Go ahead. Who was that?
So I was going to say, after watching my Texans play yesterday, you know who I think is going to get a lot of money? Alec Pierce is going to get a lot of money. Alec Pierce is damn good.
Oh, yes. For the Indianapolis Colts?
I think the Panthers should get him.
You crazy.
Why would the Panthers get him? The Panthers have Ted McMillan. No.
You can have McMillan, but to be honest, Leggett has shown almost nothing. Unfortunately, because I like Leggett coming out of Ole Miss, but I really like.
But he's old. Isn't Leggett old?
I don't see a world where the Colts don't keep him.
It's the Colts.
No. Yeah, but see, you're thinking of Colts in the past. You're not thinking of Colts with Say Gordon. This is completely different. Right? You're in a different world now.
I said the Panthers are cooked next week. They're done.
So first round exits.
They're definitely not done.
They're definitely done. They got a losing record going into the playoffs. Like they literally had to wait on another team to win to put it.
Well, to be fair, the last
I don't understand the playoff format. Did it change? Victor, hold on, guys. Hold on. I gotta answer this comment in the comment section. So after last night, the playoff bracket was set. So in Super Wildcard Weekend, you have the Buffalo Bills going to Jacksonville and playing the Jags. You have the Los Angeles Chargers going to New England playing the Patriots. The Houston Texans going to Pittsburgh to play Aaron Rodgers and the Steelers. Then you have the Los Angeles Chargers going to Carolina to play the Panthers. The Green Bay Packers going into Soldier Field to play the Chicago Bears. And then the San Francisco 49ers going into Philadelphia to play the Eagles. Now, before we go, San Francisco's going to, mollywop the Eagles. The 49ers looked absolutely horrible against the Seattle Seahawks. I'm just going to throw that out there. They looked horrible. And the last time Green Bay went into Chicago, if it was not for, hey, what's going on, brother? If it was not for them not being able to cover an onside kick, they win that game. And, on top of that, Jordan Love only played a quarter and a half of that game.
Yeah, I got Green Bay winning.
Now, the Rams and the Panthers could be interesting because the Panthers beat the Rams this year. But, my boy, my MVP, Matthew Stafford. This is playoff Matthew Stafford. This is not regular season. Jags Kid, thank you for the follow. I greatly appreciate that, brother.
They're about to get belted.
But this is, hold on, before we go off, I do have this one question because I was talking to my future son-in-law about it this morning.
Congratulations.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Do we think, and this is for the panel, both panels, everybody. Do we think that the Los Angeles Chargers, with that defense, can go into New England and beat Drake May?
Yes.
Hell no.
What?
I don't think
Why
so.
not?
I don't think so.
Yeah,
Why
their
not?
defense.
Hell no.
Their defense
Wait,
is
Jason.
amazing.
And
Jason,
Charles.
hold on.
Armchair, not
Hold on,
healthy.
hold on.
Not now
Jason,
that we
you-
got everybody back.
Jason, you have been very critical. Let me ask you this: what's the really good defense Drake May's played against?
We're not even going to strength of schedule.
No.
No. He answer that question though.
No,
He
that's
beat
not
the
the question I
Browns.
asked.
He beat the
What?
Browns. Beginning of the season, Browns had a very tight defense.
Okay,
He beat Atlanta.
that's not an elite defense.
What are you
No,
talking
even if it is an elite defense,
That is not
they beat them at
They had a
the
great defense.
See, I knew this question was just going to create a firestorm. Now I'm going to give you my opinion. Do I think the Chargers can go into New England and beat them? 100% I do. That is a very tough defense. You gave my boy Justin Herbert, who you guys know I absolutely love, by the way. You're like, wait a minute, you're a Broncos fan? Yeah, even though I'm a Broncos fan, NFL first, brother. NFL first. I love Justin Herbert. He got rest. Omarion Hampton got rest. I think they played Keenan Allen just a little bit too much yesterday, but I understood why they did it because they wanted to get him his $1 million bonus. So I understand that. But you got Keenan Allen. Herbert's going to be rested. Omarion Hampton's going to be rested. Khalil Mack is going to be rested. That defense is going to be rested because they played no defensive starters at all. That entire defense is going to be rested. And on top of that, the New England Patriots played their entire first strings the entire game against the Miami Dolphins. So they're going into this game not rested when the Chargers are going into this game rested. And I'm going to have to agree with my boy One Post here. And I was telling my future son-in-law this morning. The New England Patriots, and you all know I love Vrabel. You all know that. Vrabel, I think what happened in Tennessee was absolutely horrible. I'm glad he's at home. I'm glad he's where he's supposed to be. But that offense has not faced the caliber of defense of the Los Angeles Chargers. And before we go off again, let me explain. Last year's Super Bowl, I tried to tell everybody here, I tried to tell every single person, the Kansas City Chiefs last year had not met a caliber of defense of the Philadelphia Eagles in that Super Bowl except for one time, and that was against the Denver Broncos in Kansas City. And the only way they won was by a blocked field goal. And what happened? We got into the Super Bowl. That Eagles defense absolutely wrecked the Kansas City Chiefs. So I'm just saying, there's a possibility. I've only been watching football recently. I'm new to the sport. Is the format of the football playoffs the same as the NBA? Hold on. No, the format of the playoffs for the NFL is not the same as basketball. It's not. It's a lot different. The NFL, how they do their playoff system is way different. And again, it's one and done. You go in, you lose, you go to Cancun. There is no best of 3, best of 5, best of 7. Nope, it's one and done. I'm answering somebody who is new to football. And I love people who are new to football who come on my channel and ask these questions because I will give you the answer the best that I can.
And it's not this. NFL has 7 teams from each conference in the playoffs instead of 8.
Exactly. Now they are talking about making it 8. I don't know how you do that with a format. What's up? Keep me, man. I'll tell you what. And Bryce, keep me. I'm going to tell you this. That Jags offense looked great yesterday. 100% looked great.
Jags are comfortably the hardest team.
Can I say something?
Oh, Bryce, you go ahead, brother.
I have 2 things to say. One, I'm going to pass up my flowers to my boy, Cam Little, holding the 1 and 2 for longest field goal.
Love him.
And then second, for all you Trevor Lawrence doubters who've been talking shit on him all year, I know you have an armchair, but everyone else, he had over 4,000 passes.
813. I had a great one. I hope you did too, brother.
TDs.
Yeah, I can't lie. I was absolutely dogging on Trevor Lawrence at the beginning of the year. That's
They still
their,
gonna have a hard time with Josh Allen.
yeah, they will.
But that's not the problem that I'm worried about in this game. And let me be clear here.
Why do you say that? And you can't use the excuse it's Josh Allen.
No, Bryce, you know me, brother. You know I don't use that. The problem I had with this game is what I told you, or what you and I were talking about as soon as you came on here.
James Cook.
That Bills defense is what worries
James
me.
Cook ain't doing shit.
That is what worries me. Now, Cooks, the deal when it comes to the Bills is he'll have his, what's going on, the one and only Jordy, he'll have both of his tight ends, which we know Josh Allen loves his tight ends. Cooks has been running great. So, the problem I have in this game is I don't know if that Bills defense can stop the Jaguars tight end Strange, stop Etienne, stop Trevor Lawrence, stop Jacoby Myers. I don't know. That is the problem I have with this game. Does Lamar walk out of Baltimore? If so, what team could get him? That is a great question. I've been reading a lot of information coming out. The team that the Ravens and Lamar are not on good terms right now when it comes to this contract negotiations. Now, here's the deal. Lamar is under contract for 2 more years, the 2026 and 2027 season, with a $74.5 million cap hit per year. If any team were to trade for Lamar, you're taking that contract and you're most likely giving up 3 first-round draft picks, a second-round draft pick, and a third-round draft pick. So you're going to give up what the Browns gave up to the Texans for Deshaun Watson. Now, does it happen? I don't think so. Could it happen? This is the NFL. Anything can happen. X, thank you for the follow. I greatly appreciate that.
Okay.
You don't see him going to the
I
Dolphins about it.
got one more thing to say, and then I'll let y'all talk about other things. So, yes, you are correct. The Bills are going to be a difficult team to play, but they are 100% beatable. We have a rush defense, so we're not worried about James Cook. Our corners have been playing lights out. We have a good rush.
D, your ears must have been ringing, brother, because I was just thinking about you.
Trevor Lawrence has it.
Yeah, and Bryce, I'm gonna tell you like this, Bryce. You have to realize, even though we have the number 1 rushing defense in the playoffs, things start to change up.
Gregory, thank you for the follow, brother. I greatly appreciate that.
People start to scheme. They start to scheme for your weaknesses. If they see a weakness, they scheme. They don't scheme just for what they think they can do.
In football, what is flag? Trivia. Hold on, guys. Hold on. Trivia. Flag football is a side sport that the NFL is promoting now that flag football is an Olympic sport going into the 2028 Olympics. So the NFL has partnered with a ton of flag football leagues throughout the United States and some in Europe and Mexico to form really good leagues to help promote what is going on in the 2028 Olympics. Jaden, thank you for the follow. I greatly appreciate that.
Hey, listen. I think Bryce is confident, and he needs to be confident. His team is playing very well. But I also
You're welcome, user.
With my guy down there to keep me, that he said that when you get in the playoffs, man, nobody is 12-4 or 12-5 or anything.
Amen, brother.
Everybody is 0-0. And please be cautious of the things, because what's known as Murphy's Law. Sometimes what can go wrong will go wrong.
Amen. Amen.
And so I don't blame Bryce for his confidence and saying what he's not worried about, but be a little cautious of going into here, because a lot of your guys are they're very playoff inexperienced and getting up for these type of games.
Okay. Okay. Hey guys, hold on real quick. Hold on. I'm glad D is here because again, I was actually being honest when I said I was thinking about D right when he asked to come on.
Oh yeah.
This is a question I have for my brother. Everybody know D's my boy. D's my brother. How do you think? Because again, my future son-in-law is a Philadelphia Eagles fan. Okay. My future son-in-law is. And so, hold on real quick. I'm going to go get my future son-in-law real quick because I want him in here when I ask you that question. So you guys talk among yourself. I'm going to go grab my future son-in-law real quick, okay?
They don't get six going into playoffs. The Eagles
one coach was saying something. Hold on.
Yeah,
Josh Allen's a different now. Josh Allen.
This is a Buffalo Bills team that this is their last chance. At least I think with this score. They are very, very, very desperate. They're the only team in the playoffs that, they have by far and away the most playoff experience. We're going to see probably the best version of Josh Allen we've ever seen.
Yeah, but they're not going to the bowl, Coach. They're not going to the bowl.
But wait, Why would you say you're going to see the best version of you you've ever seen? What's going to change just because it's the playoffs? Tell me the difference. Because
Josh Allen's
if
hungry.
you,
He's
if,
almost
if
30 years.
no,
He's
but
30 years old. He's 30 years old.
Hey, I hear you, my brother, but I'm asking. Let me finish my question so you can hear what I'm saying. What's going to change that he didn't do in the regular season? What's going to make him so much hungrier now to make him perform better now than he was doing in the regular season? That's what
Because,
I'm
okay, so let me explain
Got
this.
New England barking down.
Here's the thing. Yeah, no, one, New England took their chain. Two, they don't have Joe Burrow. They don't have Patrick Mahomes. They don't have Lamar Jackson. They feel like, okay, we're the how do I explain this? You know, not like previous generation, but like
Yes,
the last 5 years of playoff teams.
Okay, guys. I'm sorry to interrupt. I'm sorry to interrupt.
Well, let me ask one pose. What you're saying to me then that Josh Allen
You
is
got-
not that good because he
get to the-
decides not to be in the playoff for him to do good?
No, I didn't say that.
You
But
just
I'm
did. You
saying,
said they don't have Joe Burrow, they don't have Patrick. Like, you need those guys gone for him to excel.
but I'm saying that they like how do I explain this?
Okay.
These are teams.
Hold on, before because I know what topic you guys are talking about, but I want to get to this topic real quick, guys. This is my future son-in-law, Justice. He is a Philadelphia Eagles fan. D, my brother, you guys play each other this weekend. The 49ers and the Eagles. We were talking about this earlier. D, how do you look at this game first?
I look at this game as like number one. I was disappointed in how my team played on Saturday night. There's no question about that. I think that their execution was terrible. But I will say this: if there was an opponent made for the 49ers and if there was an opponent made for the Eagles, it is the 49ers and Eagles. They're made for each other. And all great respect to that defense, but the 49ers offense and put that defense in compromising position, just like the Eagles offense with this version of the 49ers defense and put them in compromising positions. I feel like this is the way I feel. I feel like that game is not as open and shut as some people think it is. I feel like that game is one of those games, it's a PK. It's a pick 'em game. And reason being is because both of these offenses can put these defenses in blenders. And then it's going to come down to who makes fewer mistakes. That's what this game comes down to. Who's going to make fewer mistakes?
Okay, so go ahead, Justice. What is your concerns going into this game?
Mainly, if our offensive coordinator runs our offense right, we have a good chance. If not, then it's going to be like we have been at the end of the season, just losing a bunch of games. And it's a close games, and our coordinator doesn't know how to make the right play calls. But I feel like it'll be a good matchup. It's going to be a good fucking matchup for the first round.
It feels like to me, and I agree with one of the commenters. It says 49ers right now. What the 49ers defense showed, they're not good enough, but they did hold the Seahawks to 13 points, which is, let's be honest, with the way that team played Saturday, that game should have been way more dominating, but it wasn't. And so they did some pretty good things on defense. The offense couldn't get going, and that's a shame. But at the end of the day, if that offense starts rolling, and you look at the word I'm using, if that offense starts rolling, they put teams in compromising positions because they'll put you in shootout mode. And if you getting in a shootout with the Niners, that becomes a problem. I agree with your son-in-law. I believe what the biggest problem with Philly has been, the offense has not had any form of the word consistency. It's been hot for a quarter and then cool for 3 quarters. It's been hot for a half, and then the second half you got -3 passing yards, 12 total yards on offense. And so with that is worries. There was a Philadelphia fan I was talking to yesterday, and he says, every fan I talk, we're going to beat tonight. He said, man, I wasn't excited to play the Niners. He said, I would have rather had played Carolina or Tampa Bay. He said, even the Rams. He said, because we're built to beat the Rams. That's the way he felt. As a Philly fan, they were built to beat the Rams just with defense only. He said he didn't feel like that way about San Francisco. He said he felt like San Francisco created more problems with Christian McCaffrey and George Kittle. That's what he said. I'm just getting his opinion.
I'd rather play Green Bay than San Fran.
See,
That's exactly what I want to just tap in here. Nick Sirianni, his hot seat has.
We knew that was going to happen, Jose.
Significantly
And
hotter
I am
now.
Blake.
His hot seat is like flaming. They lose this week. I don't see a world where he comes back.
Wait a minute. Wait, though. Okay, because this is what me and Justice were talking about this morning. Do we put the blame on Sirianni, or do we put the blame on the offensive coordinator?
He hired the offensive coordinator, so you have to put the blame on Sirianni.
No, I'm not talking about the entire season. I'm talking about not playing the starters in week 17, in week 18. I'm sorry. You have to play them when you have the Lions aren't a bad play. The Lions were going to play everybody. Like, you knew that there was a real chance that the Bears were going to lose. You took that chance and you said, no, we're going to play. I'd much rather play a Green Bay team that's been, one, you have their number. You beat them twice in 2025, in the calendar year anyway. And then that Green Bay team has also been dragging them. They barely got past the finish line. If Green Bay didn't tie with Dallas, Minnesota and Green Bay would have been for the final spot in the NFC. That tie saved their season. That tie
But it goes to the mindset of a coach that, and if Justice is saying he would have rather played Green Bay, then why not try to win that game yesterday? You have to try to win that game yesterday.
I thought they could have, because we were watching part of it, and I don't know what happened. I really don't. I mean, it's like the end of the Steeler game. You miss an extra point, they miss a field goal. And then the Panthers, right? The Panthers, Buccaneers, you got to wait for another game to see who's in. So
I didn't get a good feeling about anything that happened yesterday from teams.
It was a weird Sunday weekend.
What is?
The amount of teams that bench their starters after half, like Houston benched their starters after half.
I know, right?
They did that because Jacksonville was putting that belt on fucking Tennessee. So I mean, it wasn't a reason to play them after the half.
So okay, so you hold on before we get into that. Hold on. So everybody in the chat, both chats in the boxes, everybody agrees, and we'll ask you. If the Eagles are one and done as the 3 seed, and we're not all gonna go at once, I'm gonna ask each box. If the Eagles lose the number 1 seed, Sirianni needs to be gone. Bryce, what do you think?
Yes.
All right, Jason, what do you think?
Man.
Yes, I
Be on mute.
All right, Froggy, what do you think?
Anything goes with it, to be honest. I think both teams are. This is one of the biggest ones I'm not so sure of.
All right, D, what do you think?
Absolutely not. You have nothing to replace Sirianni. He's a Super Bowl winning coach. You don't get rid of him that quick.
All videos, what do you think?
I think if they lose by more than 15, I think he will be gone.
All right, C, what do you think?
No, he just won a Super Bowl last year now.
All right, One Post, what do you think?
I do believe so. I think not playing your starters in a game where you could have played a team where you have their number, instead you play a very hot 49ers team. No, I think he's gone. I think you have to.
Hold on. Who were they to play? The Rams?
Hold on. We're not done with the penalty yet. Hold on. Chris, what do you think?
Absolutely not.
All right, Justice.
Definitely not.
Okay. All right. So we got about 50-50 yes and 50-50 no. My opinion, I'm sorry. Sirianni just won you the Super Bowl by beating the Kansas City Chiefs, stopping their three-peat. You have a down year, which I said you were because you lost your OC who went down to New Orleans, who's doing a great job. You can't blame 1 year. Yeah, you could say, well, Sirianni hired this guy. Well, guess what? If you were one and done, okay, say you're one and done. Guess who could be the Philadelphia Eagles' next offensive coordinator? Kevin Stefanski.
Oh, yeah, he's fine. But listen, Armchair, here's the other thing. I want to say this. Good head coaches, Super Bowl winning head coaches, are like good quarterbacks.
Broncos for life, I've been okay, brother.
They're so hard to find, right? They are hard to find. It's hard to find that franchise quarterback. It's hard to find that franchise coach as well. And
Trivia, I'm so sorry. Trivia. Everybody asked me how I became a Broncos fan. The Broncos picked me. And that's the best way I can say. When you watch football, if you're just getting into football, right? Because that's what you said you were doing. You're just getting into football. Watch every team for a couple games. See who talks to you, right? See who you think represents you. And that's how I became a Broncos fan. That's how my wife became a Cardinals fan. I'm pretty sure that's how he became an Eagles fan. It's
Yeah, but
how the
Armchair
team
is
talks to
different now.
you.
Back then, we couldn't watch every team. You only get them few select teams you get to watch.
Exactly. It's how how you feel when you watch these team plays. How you when you watch the game, which team speaks to you more?
I want to say, I honestly want to say, you know, with fans, I think we need to slow our roll on getting rid of it. Because you got to have a plan in place of who you're going to replace somebody with when you want to get rid of something. Like, you hear fans all the time, well, get rid of this and get rid of that. And that's cool, man. That can be your take. You can have that take. That's your opinion. You can have it. But at the end of the day, if you get rid of Stefanski, you should have got rid of Stefanski. Actually fired himself. I don't think Stefanski wanted to be. I think Stefanski was done.
I do too. 100%. You could tell.
I think that Stefanski failed. I think they could have had a winning season.
I think so. Appreciate it.
Went all in and putting
I don't want to keep you in here.
and Dylan Gabriel, instead of trying to bring old man Flacco along, you should have put time into his two rookies, but he didn't. So I feel like Stefanski felt like, hey, I'm not getting the people that I want. Management is hampering me. And it goes to show you that if you fire your head coach and keep your GM, you're not on the same page. They wanted Stefanski gone. Stefanski wanted to be gone, and that was I think it was a toxic working relationship. You can't get mad at a guy that's a two-time coach of the year. He shows he's a good coach.
D, I'm 100% agree with you. When I did my short video this morning about him being fired, to me personally this year, it looked like Stefanski was done. It looked like he knew the ownership group was taking this team in a direction he didn't want to go. And it probably started a couple of years ago when the ownership group won it and traded for, the quarterback from the Texans, Deshaun Watson.
Good morning. How are you? Happy New Year to you.
Yeah, I believe Pete Carroll got fired. They were talking about it last night. Haley, that does not surprise me that Carroll got fired.
I'm going up to check the boiler right now.
Again, the Raiders had the number 1 overall pick, and we know who the Raiders are going to get. They're going to get Mendoza. So, the problem when it comes to the Raiders firing Pete Carroll, I really would have hired him more as I would have moved him up to the front office with Brady. Now, when it comes to head coaches for the Raiders, I'm looking at Clint Kubiak, Davis Webb,
Kingsbury?
possibly.
Because Kingsbury we saw what Kingsbury did to a running back with Prosky Merritt with 700 yards or 800 yards in the whole touchdown.
So
I think
they did
well in that offense.
So they did fire. They fired Pete Carroll.
Yes.
The Raiders are the worst organization in the history of the NFL.
Seabass, we honestly, hold on. Seabass, we don't know when J.K. Dobbins is coming back. Some say the divisional round, some say the championship round. We don't know. If the Broncos, I was getting a whole bunch of messages last night when it came out that Vance Joseph has been asked to interview for a bunch of jobs. And when that happened, and then Raheem Morris got fired from the Falcons, I'm like, if we lose Vance Joseph, you bring in Raheem Morris to be your defensive coordinator. Right? I mean, that would make sense to me. Not only did the Falcons fire their head coach, but they fired their general manager as well.
That had to happen.
Well, it had to because of signing Kirk Cousins to a $180 million deal, and then, a month later, you go and trade up to take, Michael Penix Jr., which the owner of the Falcons was not happy with, by the way.
Oh, everybody was pissed.
I'll tell you this, Bronco Lies, who wins the Nat? Or no, who asked me that question? Lil Birdie, who went? No, who was that? No, that was me, Metal Mike. Who wins the Natty? Man, I would love Miami to win it.
I have Ole Miss winning it.
No.
I would love to see Miami, but guys, I think the writing's on the wall. It's going to go to Indiana. I think the writing's on the wall. Would I love to see Miami? Absolutely, because everybody's like, Miami shouldn't be here. I would love Miami to do it. I would love to. I'll tell my son-in-law, Justice, who just had to go do something. I would love to see Oregon and Miami in the national championship.
Did you see Armchair that they that Signetti already got his future QB1.
Who did he get?
He got Hoover from TCU.
Damn!
They got Hoover, and then they also got and they also got Nash, the wide receiver from Michigan State. They got him too. Signetti's making moves.
The portal just opened up, didn't it?
The portal's been open.
It opened up on Friday. And
Like the three.
What's up, Apostle, my brother?
The three teams have done well in the portal. It's Indiana, Oklahoma, or the Razorbacks, and surprisingly
The Mud Dogs. H2O. I'll tell you this. I heard that Ty Simpson from Alabama could either stay in Alabama or enter the transfer portal. The quarterback from Ole Miss looks like he's going to enter the transfer portal at the end of this, whenever they're done. I'm waiting for the new list for the draft picks come out, or the draft selection in the top 10 come out. Who do I think we will play in the divisional round? Could play in the divisional round. What? If the Chargers beat the Patriots, they're playing the Chargers. A lot of people think it's going to be Denver and Houston. They think that it's going to be Jacksonville and New England in the divisional round, and the Broncos and the Texans in the divisional round. We've already beat the Texans in Houston. This time it'll be in Denver. Hopefully it'll be colder. I mean, yesterday's game for the Broncos was a high of 60-something.
It
wasn't cold at all.
So,
But the wind was very bad for that game.
do I think the Bills can beat the Jaguars? I think they can, but it's like I was telling Bryce. I think it's going to be very, very hard. The reason why I say that, and D, I heard you earlier, and I'm tired of hearing this. I think that defense for the Bills is going to be a problem, but I'm tired of hearing this is Josh Allen's year because Burrow's not in it. Mahomes is not in it. Lamar's not in it. If you cannot win a Super Bowl with Burrow, Lamar, and Mahomes in the playoffs, then are you really as good as a quarterback everybody thinks you are?
Right. So basically, the field has to clear. Those guys all have to clear out for him to be the. And that's why I said then he shouldn't be put in that.
That's a nasty narrative, though.
I can't stand that narrative, man.
Like that. And that is so nasty. I hate when people bring that shit up.
I don't like it either.
Yesterday,
That's almost as bad as the strength of schedule argument.
Number one, it's a team sport. Number one,
Exactly.
is a team sport. And that's the main thing. Number one,
Patriots are coming for the Broncos trade, maybe the real deal. But Hefe, I would love the Broncos and the Patriots to play in the AFC Championship game. You got two second-year quarterbacks, Bo Nix and Drake May, going up against each other in the AFC Championship game. That would be an amazing AFC Championship game in Denver. It would remind you, because if that were to happen, right? If that were to happen, if the Broncos play the Patriots in the AFC Championship game, we already know the narrative is going to go back to the 2015 season when the Broncos played the Patriots in the AFC Championship game, Peyton Manning versus Tom Brady. And so having Bo Nix, second-year quarterback, Drake May, second-year quarterback, playing each other in the AFC Championship game, you would, in my opinion, if the Broncos were to lose, it will hurt. But as a fan of the sport, as a fan of the NFL, again, I tell you guys, NFL channel first, Broncos channel second, to see the up-and-coming quarterbacks, and you guys know I want these quarterbacks to do good because they are the future. To see a second-year quarterback make it to the Super Bowl like my boy D's quarterback, Brock Purdy, did, I would absolutely love it. Because I want to see these up-and-coming quarterbacks do good. I want to see Trevor Lawrence finally be the Trevor Lawrence that I knew he could be. I want to see Herbert be the quarterback I always thought he could be. I want to see Bo Nix improve in this Sean Payton's offense. I want to see Stroud. I want to see Stroud step it up. I want to see Caleb Williams step it up. I want to see Drake May step it up. I want that because it makes the sport better. It makes the league better. When these young guys come in, and they are thrusted into starting in their first year, and it don't look pretty, and it goes wrong, and you get criticized. I want to see our young up-and-coming quarterbacks succeed. If the Raiders take Mendoza at Indiana, I'm not going to come on in here and go, oh, that was a horrible pick. Mendoza's is going to be, Mendoza going to be horrible. I don't want that. I don't. I want them coming in. If he comes into the Raiders, I'm going to support the kid. I'm going to support him. I will support him because they are the future. They are. They're the future.
All I know is Patriots fans that think they're going to go and beat the Chargers so easily. It's going to be a tough game.
I think they're thinking that because of the injuries.
Patriots have no pass rush.
How do the hey metal Mike, man? How do the Steelers beat the Ravens? Bless you. How do the Steelers bless you?
Thank you.
Jalen Warren, that's how.
Jalen Warren yesterday was really good. I have to give him a lot of props.
You got to remember they'll have DK back next week.
The weakest point of that Texans defense is the interior D line.
Right. You gotta worry about protecting against Will Anderson Jr.
And here's the
What's
thing.
going to happen if Houston can't score, though?
That is the problem right there. That offense.
So here's my thing, if I can elaborate on that. So when the year started, the line was terrible. But here, around week 9, when Davis Mills got his second start of the year, the Texans elevated someone. Y'all probably heard the name Trent Brown.
Yep.
Tackle. They moved Tyus Howard to guard. It went from
Who do you think's the worst team in the playoffs?
To the 13th. Trent Brown has been amazing.
I'll answer that question here in a second, Braxton, because I also want to give it to the panel.
And Kylie Fairbairn, God bless him, American hero.
I like y'all's rookie running back.
Marks and Jordan. Like, here's the thing. I don't think Chubb. I would rather have Jawar Jordan than Nick and Woody Marks. Because Jordan gets a lot more burst. Nick Chubb can't burst the holes that much anymore. And I think the most underrated piece of the Texans offense is Dalton Schultz. Dalton Schultz this year has been amazing. This year he actually broke a former Broncos tight end who played for us, Owen Daniels. He broke his single season receptions record and almost his yards record. Dalton Schultz has been great. Nico's great. But you have to score in the red zone.
100%.
If the Texans can score, say they make it to the red zone 4 times. If they score 3 out of those 4 times in the red zone, I trust my defense.
Now, this is the problem I have with the Texans. They are a dome team. They will be going into Pittsburgh on Monday night, and it's going to be cold. It's going to be cold. They're a dome team, so you got to get that running game going. Now, let's answer Braxton's question. Who is the worst team in the playoffs? Now, number one, you can't. I really can't say they're the worst team because, number one, they're in the playoffs. But when we look at it, who could we say is the worst? I would rather say most inconsistent playoff team.
Pittsburgh. I'm gonna just roll with the Panthers.
Yeah, I think Panthers.
I trust the
play
Panthers
down.
over Pittsburgh.
I think Panthers kind of. So my thing with the Panthers this year is they had great wins, right? They beat the
What?
They beat the Packers. Like,
Oh, I think you said
the
something.
Saints. Then you beat a good team. You beat the Saints again.
I mean, they in the playoffs. So they gotta have every team gotta have some good wins. They in the playoffs.
Yeah, you lose to the you beat the Rams. You lose to the no disrespect. Tyler Shough had great games those games.
Yeah.
When you finish 8 and 9, I can't say you've had great games against good teams.
Hey, Armchair, crazy fact of the year. The only reason Denver got the number 1 seed over New England is because they lost to the Raiders earlier in the year.
Yep, 100%.
So you just said you're going let the dogs outside.
Well, that and we beat them on the record outright.
No, we're both 14-3.
We're both 14-3.
I thought they lost 4 games.
No, we're both 14-3. The only reason why the Broncos clinched the number 1 seed is because he was absolutely right. The Patriots lost to the Raiders. The Broncos and the Chargers tied for the division leaders, both being 5-1.
Just did this today.
So The Bears, okay. This is what's gonna hurt is if the Bears are one and done. Because the Packers are going in pretty much beat up. Yes, you will have Jordan Love back, but you're not gonna have Micah Parsons.
Dude, are you fucking kidding me?
Are you talking to me or somebody else?
What an asshole, dude.
Okay, you're talking to somebody else. So do I think the Packers can go into Chicago and beat them? I absolutely think so.
You take my food, piece of shit.
I really do. I think they could.
How are you gonna sit right on?
Mute him up, Armchair.
Who is it, Bryce?
No,
it's 8-ball.
the one with the 8-ball. There you go.
I don't know who he's talking to, but man, he ain't happy.
I would mute myself if I had that kind of fumble.
All right, are the Broncos the weakest one seed? No, they're not. The Broncos are not the weakest one seed. Because you could say the same thing about the Seahawks with the teams that they lost to this year. This year was not pretty for anybody. Anybody. There is, going into the playoffs, when you look at the field of the playoffs, there is not a single team on the AFC or the NFC side that you could look at and go, those are your two Super Bowl teams.
Hey, Armchair, you ready?
You are what your records say you are.
Hey, Armchair, you ready for my question again? Do you think anybody can come to Denver and beat us?
Yes.
Who?
Jacksonville could do it. The Chargers can do it.
Jags already did it.
Yeah, but this is the playoffs, though.
I get you. And yeah, we're in the playoffs. Everybody's 0-0, right? You're 0-0.
Right. Nobody's weak. Nobody's weak.
So,
Nobody's weak.
Carolina weak.
You're pissing me off with this. Oh, it's the playoffs. It's different. We've been to the playoffs. We've won playoff games.
brother, Brad, I am not sleeping on the Texans at all.
Bryce, you won one playoff game and you got embarrassed your next playoff game. So
We didn't get embarrassed. We lost by a
diehard fan.
football.
Bryce, Bryce, I gotta ask you this question. Hold on, this question is just for Bryce, and it's not being mean because you know I love you and you know I love the Jags. Because I was talking to my wife about it last night after I got off of Tim's live. Bryce, if the Jags are one and done, if they are, I'm not saying they're going to be. I said if. Will we see you on Monday?
Oh, 100%. Dude, here's the thing. Even if we lose out, we have a damn good team to go into next season.
Okay, I agree, 100%.
I
Hey,
mean,
Armchair.
Yeah.
do I think that we're going to be just a regular season team? No, I think we have a real good shot this year at doing what we need to do.
So,
All right, who said armchair?
I did.
Go ahead.
I've been saying this for the last 2 weeks, and I think it's a fair assessment. Out of the 14 teams, there's only 3 complete ones.
Okay, go ahead. Who do you got?
I got the Jags,
Okay,
I got the Seahawks,
okay.
and I got I'm going to say the Patriots. They've been playing consistent ball.
I don't know, brother. I don't know if I'm going to tell you. Y'all know I love Mike Vrabel. Y'all know that. I love Vrabel. I think Vrabel is in the perfect spot. I love him. I love Josh McDaniels. But my mind goes back to a couple weeks ago when they were up 24-3 at halftime to the Buffalo Bills and got mollywopped in the second half. My mind has to go back to that.
That's fair. And when I say that, I guess I should be a little more specific, right? When I say something like that, I'm saying the other 11 teams are either really dominant on one side, like really dominant on defense,
Okay.
or really dominant on offense. They're not both.
Okay, you know what? Let's go with what you were saying, Denver Dev, because I'm going to agree with you on this 100%. Yes, Hefe, the Seahawks are very dangerous. When you look at the Broncos, they're a defensive team. The offense really isn't that great. When you look at the Buffalo Bills, the Bills are an offensive team, and their defense really isn't that great. When you look at the Jaguars, they've got a great offense. Their defense is up there. It's not great, but it's not bad. I'm not dogging them, Bryce. You know I'm not, brother. They're not great. but they're not bad. When you look at the Chargers have got a great defense, but a really beat up offense. Look at New England. They're a young team. They're an inconsistent offense with an okay defense. And they are. Yeah, they're 14-3. We can talk about the schedule all you want, but I agree with D. We don't make the schedules. You play who's in front of you. You look at the Texans, number 1 defense in the NFL.
Elite defense.
Absolute elite defense.
All time.
But I worry about that offense. I really do. I love Woody Marks, the rookie running back. I think he's going to be the number 1 next year. Number 1 running back. You got to build around him. But see, I love Stroud. Y'all know I love Stroud, old Rocket Man. But he does worry me. And then you look at the Steelers. They have a good defense that has some question marks. And it showed last night against the Ravens. On that offense, they only have one true wide receiver, DK Metcalf. And you don't, and I'm sorry, and nobody mentioned it last night during the game, and it really pissed me off. Not having Darnell Washington really hurts the Steelers. They may not want to admit it, but it's true. When you have a 300-pound tight end who can move, who can make great catches and run through people, not having him in the red zone absolutely hurts. Now, I love Freiermuth, don't get me wrong, but Darnell Washington is somebody different. Then you look at the Seattle Seahawks, elite defense, right? They got a great defense. But when we look at that offense, do we 100% trust Sam Darnold? I don't know.
Sorry, I don't mean to sound biased here because I'm a Broncos fan, but I just don't see anybody coming into Denver and playing against that noise and with our defense the way it is. I just think we're going to go to the Super Bowl.
Jacksonville already came in there.
I'm just saying, though, this is the playoffs, dude. We know exactly what to do. I'm telling you.
Playoffs are different than regular season.
Exactly.
Field advantage in playoffs is totally different. Like the crowd will be louder. Yeah.
No, the crowd is no louder in the playoffs than it is in the regular season.
What are you talking about?
Going to Denver and beat Denver. They had that confidence.
Listen,
Denver and
I live in Denver, and I'm a season ticket holder, and I can promise you that our fans are way more into it than to the playoffs than they are the regular season.
Deadpool, I don't want the Chargers coming back into the Broncos next week either. Not because, you guys know this, D knows it, Bryce knows it, all video, Broncos for life, Denver Dev, you all know I've said this. When it comes to the Broncos in our division, I actually worry more about playing the Chargers than I do the Chiefs. I always have. I don't know why, but I always have. So do I want the Chargers the second round? No.
Something has to be said. I think something has to be said for this, and this is which is
the real go on. Thank you for the follow. I really appreciate that.
Went into Denver and beat Denver like that handily. We can't ignore that. That wasn't a fluke.
D, I'm not ignoring it either, brother, and you know that's not me.
And so when you say, when I hear people say, oh, I just don't see nobody beating us, you can see somebody beating you.
Not in Denver, okay.
They went to Denver late in the season and beat you in Denver. In the element.
You've got to experience it. You've got to experience playoffs. You've got to experience live playoff games in Denver, and then you could come back and talk to me about that. But you've never experienced it, so you wouldn't know.
You know what's interesting? I was asked this question. I think Bryce asked me this question a couple weeks ago. It was either last week or the week before last. Like Bryce, you might be able to refresh my memory. But you asked me, what team do I want the Broncos to face in the playoffs? You remember asking me that question?
No.
When it was what, last week or the week before last, right, brother?
I told him and D on D Live I want to see the Jags again.
And that was my response to now. The only way the Broncos will play the Jaguars is in the conference.
There's a lot of teams that want to see us in the playoffs to get there really quick.
I want Jacksonville. I want the best of the best to get to the Super Bowl.
Hey, man,
And that's me giving me
great.
compliments to the Jaguars.
It's on the Broncos.
Yeah, Brandon, I just brought you up, brother.
Chargers next week.
At this point, I understand what everybody is saying. If you're gonna be the Super Bowl champion, you gotta beat the best to be the best.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, see, the only way with the playoffs as it is, the only way the Broncos will play the play the Jaguars again would be the AFC Championship game.
Yep.
And I think that would be a and I'm D. I don't know if you agree with me, brother, but I think the Broncos and Jaguars would be one hell of an AFC Championship game.
Yes, it would.
I guarantee it would be. I guarantee it would be.
Now, okay, so we've been talking about the AFC a lot, right? Let's flip our minds to the NFC real quick. Who do we think? And I'm not talking division round. This is purely for the NFC Championship game. Out of all 7 teams, Seattle, Rams, Panthers, Packers, Bears, 49ers, Eagles, what would be the best NFC Championship team or NFC Championship game for this year? Out of these 7 teams, who would be the best?
Niners and Seahawks.
Sam D played football. If you're talking about college and close to professional, that would be my boy D. Hey, there's my son-in-law Any Given Mondays podcast.
I think honestly, and I know who's gonna. This is.
Hey, hold on real quick. I have a quick question, and I really don't like doing this, but would one of you be willing to drop so I can bring up my son-in-law?
I'll drop.
No, D, I need you here. I need you here.
I'm planning of getting off anyway, so I would just drop. Have a good day.
All right, my brother. I love you all videos, man. I think you're great. You're an awesome friend, brother. Thank you so much. Well, 2 left. Hey, Hunter, hit that request button, brother. I need you in here.
Nah, don't let him know.
Dion is not going anywhere.
Hey, I think the NFC Championship game is going to be the 49ers versus the Bears.
Ooh.
I don't know about that.
I was saying 49ers and Rams, but
I'm gonna say, I think the Bears get there. I just don't know who they play.
Okay. I don't see the Bears making it. I like them, but I don't see them making it.
Hey.
I see the Bears losing first round, honestly.
But all
How we doing, boys? How we doing in this line?
Running from me. He was running from me until that final game went on. He was running from me. Hey, y'all, I want y'all to
Yo,
know.
Matrix,
all
what are you
y'all
laughing at, buddy? You need to cut down.
That's not me laughing.
Nope, that's Hunter. Nope, that's Hunter.
Check this out. And I can laugh if I want to. But
You'll laugh,
Hunter was
but
running
you can laugh,
from
buddy.
me. Running from me Saturday.
Okay, but let's okay, now that I got hold up everybody, time out. Here's the question. It's hold on. Here's the question.
Goofy ass laugh, bro.
Shut your bitch ass up.
Here's the question.
I'll fucking fold you off the fucking lawn.
Hold up. I gotta get this question out there. We've already talked about the AFC. When it comes to the NFC Championship game, who would be the best 2 teams? I'm not talking about records. I'm talking about making it a great game. And no, NFC.
Fuck that.
Oh man,
He ain't got no take, but man.
You know what might be fun that nobody's
I'm
talking
Patriots
about
fan till
because
I
it's highly
die, buddy.
unlikely? The Carolina Panthers and the Chicago Bears.
Oh, hell.
Oh, wow.
Hell no. I'm actually a Bryce Young fan, but that shit would actually be a good game.
Wow.
They're not making it out of the first.
So it would be in Chicago.
Nah, I said no at first, but that's actually a good ass game.
I don't know, man. Okay, so we got Rams, Seattle.
The Panthers have one of the best passing defenses in the league, bro. That shit would be a good game. You can laugh all you want. J.C. Horn is the best DB in the league.
I've been waiting for my son-in-law to come on here after what happened.
J.C. Horn's been the best DB in the league for years.
Hey,
Hunter, you still rocking with Sam
That boy
Darnold?
crazy, man.
that boy.
Hunter, I have something to say to you.
He ain't seen it.
Is number 2.
He forgot about Derek Stingley. He forgot about Quinn Young.
You forgot Christian Gonzalez?
I'm looking at the guy that won Defensive Player of the Year, and your guy, and none of those guys have ever won. None of those guys
Who's overrated? Whoa. Who's overrated?
Christian
Gonzalez.
Oh, I'm about to say, I know you weren't saying PS2.
No.
He good, but I think he overrated. Yeah, I think he is too.
Riley Moss is the second best number 2 in the league.
Hell no, he's not.
Yes, he is.
Okay, whoa. You guys know I am one of the biggest Riley Moss supporters.
DB in the league.
But Riley Moss, every time that ball is thrown to Riley Moss's side, I get scared because I'm like, is it going to be a defensive pass interference? Is it going to be defensive holding? Is he going to miss the tackle? Is he going to miss? Yesterday, he had a freaking interception and dropped it.
That's true, but I mean, he's still a good. It's number 2 because.
He's not.
Yes, he is, bro. How you gonna say he's not? Then you gonna let me finish my take?
All right, hold on. Let's let guys hold on.
Man, this dude just get on here to argue with people, man. Right, I don't want to argue.
Whoa. Jonathan Gannon got fired? Denver Dev, Jonathan Gannon got fired?
No, I'm not.
Wow.
Dude, you've been in a bunch of lives where you just troll.
Why did the Cardinals do that?
I even joined on this account, so you're a dummy. You don't even know what
I mean, the only thing that I can think about is
you're
like
just making shit up.
Hold on, guys.
Maybe they want Dante Moore to just have a whole new regime.
Oh man. Wow, man, my wife's a Cardinals fan. I can't believe they fired Jonathan Gannon.
I can't. Yeah, he deserved it. He deserved it for starting Jacoby Brissett.
It's like they can't put complete games.
Jacoby Brissett is part of the Al-Qaeda.
I mean, yeah, we know Pete Carroll got fired. Davis Webb will be in another city next year.
Too.
I don't know where Davis Webb's going to go. I don't know where Clint Kubiak's going to go. I don't know where Vance Joseph is going to go.
Pete Carroll's not part of the fucking Al-Qaeda for starting Geno Smith.
And then
I think that the things that you're saying, bro, you're trying to get the people to respond, and I don't think you're not coming.
I could care less. I would literally suplex it in real life, so it doesn't even matter what you have to say to me. It doesn't matter what you have to say to me because I would literally suplex you.
Brother, you're not going to suplex anyone. You have lupus, brother. Who are you suplexing?
I would
you can barely move your body.
I would power bomb you.
You will powerbomb who?
Both of you.
How did you hear that?
At the same time with one hand.
He's dying from lupus, brother. You're not powerbombing no one.
Yeah, no, that doesn't make you good. You should look up the life expectancy.
Guys, come on. This is about football. This ain't no... Hey, hold up. This channel's not about shit talking each other.
That's what I'm saying.
This is a football channel. We can dog each other's team, but please let's make it cordial. That's all I ask. You want to dog each other's team, dog each other's team.
Red and blue, and he's just talking shit.
That's all I ask. Let's keep dogging each other's team, but all I ask everybody on this panel, and I always say it.
The schedule of May. Can you explain to me why Matt Stafford is 4-2 against the same opponents Drake May went 6-0 against? Can you explain that to me? Your MVP Stafford, you probably love.
Okay. So Hunter has an interesting take over here. Not my son-in-law Hunter, but another guy. I was again, like I said, I was on Tim's live last night, and we were talking about this with the Ravens, and there was a bunch of people asking, with that loss to the Steelers and how the loss happened. I don't think it's gonna happen, and I don't see the probability.
That's not any of the coaches' fault.
I don't see them firing their head coach. I don't see it. But everybody was talking about it last night, and I can't see it.
Schedule, you know, it's really funny when people try to bring up Drake May's strength of schedule when Kansas City had an easier strength of schedule this year, and they didn't make the playoffs.
Drake May had statistically the easiest strength of schedule since 1999.
No. The Cardinals absolutely should not get to him.
Brown, bro.
The Patriots had the easiest strength of schedule since 1999.
Marty, thank you for the follow. I greatly appreciate that. Okay, here's my deal. Hold on. I want to make this perfectly clear. I don't care who had the strength of schedule, because going into the year, the 49ers had the easiest schedule and the Giants had the hardest. Of course, it changed throughout the year. When you are an NFL team, it doesn't matter your strength of schedule because they're going off of last year's numbers. Everything changes in preseason. Everything changes in free agency. You can only play who they put in front of you. Now, can I be worried about a team? 100%. Am I worried about the Patriots moving on to the Super Bowl? 100%, because of the inconsistency I see on offense. Am I worried about the Broncos? 100%. Am I worried about the Bills? Yeah, their defense. I can legitimately say that. The Texans, I worry about the Texans with that offense. The Steelers, I have no clue what old man Rodgers I'm going to get. Don't know. The Chargers, they are beat up on that offensive line. I don't know how they're going to protect Herbert against New England. I don't know. That's what I've been trying to get across. When you look at the playoff field that we have right now, now this is my opinion, on the AFC and the NFC side, you do not have a 100% pick on who is going to go to the Super Bowl on both sides. You don't.
Oh, no, I do.
Okay, who do you got, my brother? Both sides, AFC, NFC.
Yeah, probably the Patriots and probably the Seattle Seahawks.
Okay, so you got Patriots. Hold on, I want to write this down. Hold on. Because I'm going to ask everybody on the panel. I want everybody to answer when I call your name. So Hayden, you got Patriots and Seattle, right?
Nope.
Okay. Hold on, let me write this down. All right, Bryce, who do you got for the Super Bowl? Out of all 14 teams, who do you got?
Do we have to give answers? I really don't know.
Yes, this is all hypothetical, so because I want these answers, and then we're gonna go through them one-on-one, right?
Okay, yeah.
All right, so you got the Jags and who?
49ers.
49ers. All right. Hunter, hold on, Hunter. Who do you got?
Mine's coming out in my video later.
Well, brother, hey, hold on, come on, I need your answer.
Against the Chargers.
Mine's a mystery until my video come out.
Hunter, I need your answer. Then give me an answer that's not in your video. Think of the two other teams.
I'll say Patriots, Rams.
Patriots, Rams. All right, so that's your.
Definitely Texans, Seahawks.
Texans are probably getting busted by.
All right, Brandon.
For real.
Brandon.
Probably the Patriots, Rams. I just don't think the Rams are gonna lose to the Seahawks again.
All right, so you got Pats and Rams as well, right?
Yeah.
All right, so that's Brandon. All right, D, who do you got? Who's your two Super Bowl teams?
My two Super Bowl teams right now, if I had to pick, I'm going to go with the Denver Broncos versus the Seattle Seahawks.
I'd hate that Super Bowl, but okay. All right, one and only Jordy, who do you got? Who do you think is going to be in the Super Bowl?
Rams. And the Bears.
No, we can't have Rams Bears. That's false NFC.
Texans.
All right, so Texans. All right, C-Right, who do you got, my brother?
Rams, Broncos.
Hey, see, right, you can't let dudes like that get you upset.
All right, Denver Dev, who do you got, my brother?
Oh, man. You know what? I'm going to go with the oddball out of everybody here. Give me Texans, Bears.
All right. That's Dev. All right. Who do you got, Chris?
I'm gonna say the Texans and the 49ers.
Y'all got a lot of faith in 18 touchdown CJ Stroud in playoffs.
Okay.
For real.
So let's go through this list real quick. Let's start with the Texans because we have 1, 2, 3 Texans, okay? The Texans have the number 1 defense. We all can agree with that one.
Yeah.
But that offense scares me a lot. Not in, oh, they're a powerful offense. No. They scare me as, are they consistent enough to get there? Now, I'm going to give you an oddball pick, so I didn't, and this isn't going to be, so my pick I would want, of course, would be the Broncos versus the Seahawks. I'd love a rematch of Super Bowl 48. But I'm going to give you an oddball pick. I want the not the Chargers, but the Jaguars. Wait a minute, did he? No, okay, so I'm not going to do that one because somebody picked the Jags. I'm going to go Chargers, and you know what? Chargers, Bears. Again, this is just an oddball pick. And I'll explain why. Chargers, y'all know I love Justin Herbert. Y'all know it. I've been waiting for this kid to be the quarterback we've always thought he's going to be. I love Harbaugh. But now this is not my true pick. This is just a pick that I would like to see. When we look at the Bears, again, Caleb Williams, new head coach, had a horrible rookie season, but now he's got his team as the number 2 team in the NFC. Can Ben Johnson get his young guy to the Super Bowl? He couldn't do it with Jared Goff, which does not surprise me, but can he do it with Caleb Williams? I think it would be a great Super Bowl. Now we look at the Patriots, right? A lot of people said the Pats. I worry about the Patriots' inconsistency on offense. I do. Seahawks, I'm going to be 100%. The one thing with Seattle that worries me the most is Sam Darnold. I'm going to be honest. Sam Darnold is a very inconsistent quarterback.
I think the Jags are the most complete team.
I'm not going to disagree. I'm not. Liam Cohen, head coach, I told everybody going into the year he was going to turn Trevor Lawrence completely around. I said getting Jacoby Myers was the best move that Jaguars did all year outside of hiring Liam Cohen and then giving him that good contract to keep him there. Love it. Absolutely love it. Do the Jaguars scare me? 100%. Do I think they have a team that could go all the way? 100%. But are they completely consistent on defense? No, they're not. That is the only part when it comes to the Jaguars that scares me, is the style of defense they play. I get it. They get turnovers. I think they're number 2 in the NFL in turnovers. The Bears are number 1. But they give up a ton of yards, and then I go back to a game. Bryce, hold on, brother. I go back to a game that really worried me. And I get it, it was in London. But both teams were in London. Both teams flew over there. And the Rams absolutely mollywopped the Jacksonville Jaguars and that defense in London. Now we could say, oh, because it's an international game, it was in London, but both teams had to go there. So I have to think it back to that game on the style of defense they play. In my honest opinion, and I've said this and I'll continue to say it, on both sides of this field, NFC and AFC, there is no clear-cut 100% team that you say can go to the Super Bowl. There's just not.
No, it's not.
Risley, thank you for the follow, brother. I greatly appreciate that. There's just not.
I was just going to say that we were tied
I want the Steelers, though.
yesterday, but then the Bears got it in their game. And it's not turnovers, it's most interceptions.
C. Van, thank you for the follow. I greatly appreciate that. Would I like to see the Jaguars in the Super Bowl? 100%. Would I think the Jaguars and the Panthers? That would be a very interesting Super Bowl because, again, leading into that Super Bowl of Jags and Panthers, the whole talk will be both teams came in the NFL at the same time. They are 2 of the youngest teams in the NFL. They are. They're 2 of the youngest teams. I think the only team that is younger than them is the Houston Texans. Because they came in 2002 and the Jaguars and the Panthers came in 1996. 95, 96. So would that be a great storyline? 100% it would be. Now, yes, I'm a Denver Bronco fan. Do I want my team in Super Bowl 60? 100% I do. Do I think we make it? Being an honest fan, and I've tried to be this, and you guys know that, I try to be the most unbiased reporter there is on this app. No, the Broncos are not locked to go to the Super Bowl. Great, we got the #1 seed. Terrific. But watching the Broncos all year long has aged me by 10 years, raised my blood pressure, and given me heart problems. So no, I don't see the Broncos cleaning the field. I don't. Would I like it? Yes. Do I see them doing it? I don't. And it worries me. It does.
Yeah, he did a good time.
But I want to be honest and I want to be fair.
Armchair, can I say something?
D, brother, go ahead, my man.
That's because you with football, just like most of the people on this panel with football, I would honestly say we can rib at each other. But being honest about this, we do not know. We think. Like, I know Hunter thinks Seattle's hands down. They have a great defense. They're looking good right now. I'll be the first to say that. I'm a Niners fan. They brought it to us, right? But at the end of the day, it's not a certainty in anybody's bones that can say their team definitively is going to be in that game. Like right now,
Morning, Pauls.
Because it becomes a game of because now in the playoffs, it's a game of mistakes and mishaps. And what team makes less mistakes and mishaps?
Roddy, guys, read what Roddy said in the chat. That's freaking awesome.
If Seattle goes and wins the Super Bowl and I have a son, who's going to be named Sam Darnold Jones?
My daughter is absolutely going to hurt you if you do that. Hey, Hunter, have you told my daughter what you said you're going to do if the Seahawks win the Super Bowl?
No, not yet.
Yeah. Y'all want to know what my son-in-law said during the Seattle Seahawks-San Francisco game? He said that if the Seahawks win the Super Bowl, he's shaving his head, his beard, and his eyebrows.
You would look like a mole rat.
What the fuck?
Hey, what he should name him Sam Darnold Jr. He should be naming him Clint Kubiak Jr. because that's the one that's getting you over.
It should be JSN.
Hey, Hunter, I have a bone to pick with you.
Oh, here we go.
If you ever play my NFL team on Madden again and make them look that bad, I'm gonna come find your system and break it.
I haven't played Madden in a long time.
I watched your stream and I was like, this motherfucker.
Every Sunday last time.
Oh, that's great. That's great.
You know, math, man. Like, come on.
It's also unlikely. But now that I'm thinking about it, imagine the saga of Bryce Young versus C.J. Stroud ending in the Super Bowl.
If anyone really in here believes the Panthers could make it past the first round, I'd go put a lot of money on
No, it's not believing it. It's just the simple fact that we could see the #1 and #2 pick in the Super Bowl from the same draft class.
Denver Deb, I understand what you're saying, but that's the thing that's wrong with football right now. We're looking more storylines than actually getting it done.
Okay, all right. Hold on real quick. I just got the numbers. When we look at Super Wild Card Weekend, they have the Rams favored by 10.5.
Damn.
They have the Bears favored by 1.5. They have the Bills favored by 1.5.
Who do the Bills play?
The Jaguars.
The Patriots are favored by 3.5.
The Eagles are favored by 3.5. The Patriots are favored by 3.5, and the Texans are favored by 3. The coldest game.
Josh Allen has, because there's absolute bottom of the line no way the Buffalo Bills are beating the Jacksonville Jaguars.
The coldest game this week will be the Los Angeles Chargers and the New England Patriots at 33 degrees, and the Texans and Steelers will be 36.
Like all of our common areas.
I don't think. I don't think the Bills are beating the Jags. What was the Steelers spread?
3 for Houston.
I think the Steelers win that game, man.
I'm telling you, man. C.J. Stroud's not in the dome.
So inconsistent, and as bad as the Steelers have really looked, that D-line.
I don't put nothing past Aaron Rodgers, bro.
You can't beat you.
On top of that,
Let's be honest.
That they have the lowest under/over score for this week at 39.5 points. The Chargers Patriots is 46.5. The Eagles 49ers 45.5. The Bills Jaguars 51.5. The Bears Packers 46.5, and the Rams Panthers 46.5.
Y'all know what's good. Y'all know what round 2 is about to look like. Broncos Texans.
I have it being Broncos
the championship game afterwards.
If the Broncos play the Texans, we already beat them once this year in Houston. This time it'll be in Denver.
You gotta do it again.
But you got to do it again. So.
Exactly.
CJ Stroud either throwing 80-yard touchdowns at Mile High or he throwing picks.
Well, here's the other thing, right? Because all I've heard from Texans fans is, well, we didn't have CJ Stroud. And you know what I tell them? Well, we didn't have PS2 or Alex Singleton, and I'm pretty sure Drake Greenlaw was like.
Saying we didn't have CJ Stroud not a flex. I mean, what's his name? We
either playing Houston or we playing the Chargers again.
I have us playing Buffalo. I think it's just written in the stars.
I feel bad.
But this is my question though. If you have us playing the Bills, that means the Steelers win. Hold on, let me pull up the field again. That means the Steelers would win.
No, that ain't what that means because.
Well, yeah, okay, I got you. So that means that the Patriots beat the Chargers and Houston or Pittsburgh wins, and they would go play New England. In New England, and then the Bills would come into Denver to play the Broncos.
Yep.
The only problem I have with this, and you all know I love Buffalo. I love the story of Buffalo. I can't wait for my son-in-law and I to go up there to that new stadium and experience the tailgate. But the problem I have with the Bills, and I've had it all year, that defense worries me. When they played the Patriots a couple weeks ago in New England, that first half, the Bills defense couldn't do jack crap. But then they come out in the second half and absolutely shut them down. So that does worry me. I'm not going to lie. That worries me.
Can I tell you why I'm not worried?
Okay, please tell me why.
So 2021, it was 2020 or 2021, that the Bengals went to the Super Bowl. The regular season, they were ranked 17th in total defense. They were no higher than 15th. And that defense turned it up. Joe Burrow only had to do enough to win the game. Evan McPherson picked up the slack, and that defense played phenomenal. Josh Allen is known to turn it up in the playoffs, and same with that defense. And honestly, Josh Allen's a better quarterback than Joe Burrow.
Okay, here we go. This is the one thing that gives me hope about the Bills. The Bills have the number 1 rushing offense in the NFL at 159.6 yards per game. But here's the part that worries me. They're number 12 at points allowed at 21.5. Now they are tied at number 4 for points 4 at 28.3. They're 15th in the NFL with my boy Josh Allen with passing yards per game at 216.6. But they do have the number 1 running back in the NFL, James Cook, at 159.6 yards per game. Now, when we look at the Jaguars are 8th in the NFL for points allowed at 19.8. They are 6th in the NFL for scoring points at 27.9. 20th in the NFL at rushing at 115.1. And 12th in the NFL at passing at 222.3. So, can Cooks run on that defense? Absolutely. Absolutely. But, again,
will he though?
You got Strange, you got Etienne, you got Jacoby Myers for the Jaguars. And when you look at the Bills, you got Cooks, Knox, and whoever their other tight end is. Kincaid,
and then occasionally a sprinkle of that dude Hawes.
So,
I know.
that guy
That's
Terrell
my boy,
Shavers
Fools.
in Buffalo. Terrell Shavers has been picking up a lot of slack lately.
I'm not gonna lie.
Coleman can't seem to make it to a meeting on time.
Armchair, we got problems in Denver ourselves.
I know we
need to
do.
see
I
what's
100%
going-
agree
we
we
need to see
do.
what's going on with this center position because this shit ain't looking right.
Yesterday's game, not okay. So the play calling annoyed me with yesterday's game. Play calling on offense absolutely annoyed me. But the thing that annoyed me the most, D, you know how you can't stand Stephen A. I 100% cannot stand
Tony Romo.
Tony Romo.
Tony Romo's awful.
Hey, would one of you mind dropping for a minute? Because RR wants to get on here to say something.
Hey, Denver Dev, hey man, you know I got respect for you. Me and you is cool. But when you say that Josh Allen is a better quarterback than Joe Burrow, he's yet to prove that. And
I stand on that.
No, you can stand on. I'm not saying he's yet to prove that though. He is
Yo,
yet
yo,
to
yo.
prove
Does he though?
He's proved that he's a good athlete.
What's up, RR?
He has not proved that he's a better quarterback than Joe Burrow. He's yet to prove that.
I mean, he has more
What's good?
playoffs.
What's good? What's good?
And,
Yo,
and
what's
then
good?
and then listen, here's the caveat with everybody. What's going on? Here's the caveat with everybody that y'all be talking about Josh Allen. Well, this has got to be his time because he ain't got Lamar to worry about. And he ain't got Patrick Mahomes to worry about. And he ain't got Joe Burrow. I mean, that means that those guys, y'all, everybody's saying those guys are better than him.
Well,
I don't.
Josh Allen got a lot to worry about going into this playoffs, just for the simple fact that he does not have much playoff experience as some of these QBs going into the playoffs.
Huh? What?
Well, okay. Why do you say that?
Right now, this is what it comes down to Josh Allen. He's playing against a Trevor Lawrence that has never had this much confidence since he was at Clemson. This dude is balling out.
Trevor Lawrence leading the best offense in the NFL.
I'm sorry, like this is the best offense Trevor Lawrence has ever had in Jacksonville, and they're clicking on all cylinders. They're scary good. They're just like Houston with their offense and compared to the Houston defense. Like they're scary. Now Buffalo, can they run the ball? Absolutely. Will they run the ball? Most likely. But if they get behind early, then guess what? You're putting the ball in Allen's hands.
Absolutely.
Where is that going to take you? It's going to take you to the promised land, or it's going to take you to a complete blowout.
Hey, Arm, can I say something real quick?
Absolutely, brother. Go right ahead.
I've been watching a lot for since it started a little while ago. And, I've been seeing a lot of comments about the Baltimore Ravens missed field goal yesterday.
Okay.
I don't support the backlash from it, and that's even coming from a diehard Steelers fan. Like, the Baltimore fans gotta realize, like, that man's a rookie going out there under that pressure to win.
Yeah, I mean, you have one job as a coach.
Like,
Let's be real.
Like, no man deserves to get treated and have fans like the whole, like what came out last night with him getting wife's
Yeah, that I completely agree. I read about that, about what people were saying to his wife.
Like, I'm sorry. Like, I get it. If that came down to Chris Boswell kicking that, he would have even missed, I would have probably been pissed. But I would never stoop that low, just for the simple fact that that man is a rookie. Like,
Ravens fans are a different breed, man.
I was thinking, imagine if the Ravens had like a Hall of Fame caliber kicker in that situation.
Oh, imagine if they would have had Justin Tucker.
No, I will not do that.
Justin Tucker's back at home laughing his ass off.
Well, he's not in
it would've went this way.
massage
Look,
parlor, but he's somewhere laughing.
you got to look at it both ways too, because look at it like this: Boswell misses that kick, and then let's say Luke makes it. How does the Steeler Nation deal with Boswell missing that extra point? They would have crucified him too.
Hold on. Let me answer this question. Hold on. Before we go off of that, Callie, the reason why the Ravens centered and kneeled the ball and not ran it again, even though they had one more timeout, is you risk the chance of a fumble. You risk the chance of an offensive penalty. There were too many what ifs could have happened if the Ravens would have ran the ball one more time with that timeout. You accidentally could have ran out the clock by being held up and stuff like that. So there was too many variables on why the Ravens, first, number one, they wanted to center the ball for the kicker. When you come down to a situation like that, your head coach goes to kicker, where do you want the ball? Do you want it left, middle, or right? And if he goes, I want it in the middle, you know you got that one time out left. You tell your quarterback, hey, you're going to kneel it, but we're centering the ball. You're going to put it right there in the middle of the hash. So, no, I agree with Harbaugh 100%. Not running the ball again, not throwing the ball again, but centering that ball and then calling your last time out and then putting it on your kicker.
And I got one more thing to say from the Steelers fan. And all these people that be blaming, and I got to give them props where respect is due. Baltimore not making the playoffs this year is not a Lamar Jackson fault.
Well, he's playing with one leg. So.
Yeah, he was playing injured. I mean, there was so many opportunities for the Ravens to win last night, and it's gonna and this is the problem. It's gonna come down to that final drive when Lamar could have ran it and got the first down, but he just threw it.
Why is Lamar getting all this blame and that Baltimore and that defense is getting no blame?
Oh no, we can talk about that defense all day long.
That's why I just said what I said. That's why I just said what I said, 'cause I've been seeing it. I'm like, you can't blame Lamar when he's out here scrambling, making plays for y'all, getting y'all first downs, and throwing you 2 touchdowns that were fucking 20-yard passes.
This is it right here. This is it right here.
Can we talk about that play Isaiah White made?
Oh, dude, where he was wide open. No, that wasn't likely.
Let me sum up this Ravens Steelers game for everybody, and I'm sure everybody will be in agreement. They were pretty much controlling the game going at the end in the first half.
I disagree.
Derrick Henry had 15 touches in the first half and 112 yards.
He touched the ball 4 times after that.
Oh, dear Lord.
5 times in the second half he rushed the ball. You did not know to what was getting you there. That is not a Lamar Jackson issue. That's not a Jay Flowers issue. That's not a defensive issue.
That's a head coaching issue.
I know a lot of people that really wanted Harbaugh fired today.
Oh, I was hearing that last night when I was on Tim's live. Because I was on Tim and Kay Couch's live last night while watching the game. And as soon as that kick was missed, there was a couple of Raven fans in there who were like, we need to fire Harbaugh.
Do you guys think Pete Carroll's as bad as he is for being fired, though? But not having, like, a legit team?
He's a good guy that can build some culture, but, like...
He's like geriatric.
What is he, 73 years old?
He's 73. Pete Carroll needs to be in somebody's front office.
You drafted Ashton Genty to be the face of your franchise to run that ball, and you tried to turn Geno Smith into a Pro Bowler again. No, I'm sorry. Pete Carroll should have been gone and will be gone.
Carroll, you have to have a beyond strong offensive coordinator. Like...
But here's my question, okay? Yes.
Bo Nix with the grill in his mouth.
No, it's John Elway.
That's John Elway. Here's my question. When it comes to the Raiders, and we know the problems with Baby Davis, now it looks like Tom Brady's going to have more of a role in hiring a head coach and stuff like that. And we all know that the Raiders had the number 1 overall pick and they're drafting Mendoza out of Indiana. Who is the head coach you're going to bring in for a first-year quarterback, a second-year running back, and you have no interior offensive lineman? And, oh, by the way, you traded your best wide receiver away, Jacoby.
I say Brand.
What are we going to do when Dante Moore goes out here, beats Indiana, and jumps Mendoza and draft stock?
I would absolutely love I would love to have Miami and Oregon in the at the Natty. I would.
Nope, it's going to be Ole Miss. I told y'all about it.
Hey, Brian Dable will fit the Raiders scheme pretty well, I think.
I think Brian Dable would not be a bad idea for an offensive coordinator.
Just because of the simple fact that you see what he did with Scadaboo, imagine what he could do with Genty, and he did have Jackson Darlings popping off.
Yeah, but you're not bringing him in as a head coach. I agree with D. You bring him as an offense coordinator.
Can the Ole Miss quarterback come out?
He's transferring. He's transferring at.
Oh my Lord!
Well, hold on. I wanted to talk about that because he's applying for an extra year of eligibility, and if not, he has to come out.
Right, he's got to get approved for that extra year.
Exactly, but he's not staying at Ole Miss.
No, if he gets approved, he's transferring.
They don't approve it. I need him to be a Seattle Seahawk.
Just like Ty Simpson for Alabama is supposedly coming back one more year, and he's going to go in the transfer portal.
I just need this guy to finish off the natty for me so I'll win my money.
I want to touch on the Lamar thing too because we ran past that pretty fast.
I'm sorry, brother. You go right ahead.
Lamar deserves as much blame as the next guy.
Why?
And because if they won that game and they made it into the playoffs and made a somewhat deep run, Lamar would get a bunch of praise for it. So why wouldn't he get some of the blame for it?
Why is it? What's his job? What's Lamar's job to get his team in a position to win? And did he do that?
Yes.
Yes.
So you cannot blame Lamar Jackson for a kicker. Hey, and guess what? It happened. But he no different than last year when guess what? Everybody put the blame on Mark Andrews for dropping that pass. You're not blaming Lamar Jackson because guess what? He put his team and he put that ball in a position to win the game. And guess what? Ultimately, they did not, get the win. But you can't get mad at the quarterback who did everything right in the game. Whether running it not instead of trying to pass it to D-Hop for everything like the fumble and all the other stuff.
Right, and that interception, in my opinion, Pools, is not on Lamar.
No.
That was a batted pass that just landed in T.J. Watt's hands.
No, it wasn't a good.
I can't keep just giving head coaches and play callers all the shit and not give quarterbacks any. I can't do it.
But if that's the case, then you got to give all the defense the shit too. Because guess what? Why they let that?
There it is. Pools, excellent.
Yeah, why did they let my team score?
Yes, Chop Boy, they do.
It's a team game. It's not on one player unless that.
It is, but it's also not just a coaching game either.
Yeah, it's mostly coaching.
So then why is everybody giving
Joe coming in with a plan that's going to be executed?
If it's mainly a coaching game, why is the Browns damn near crucifying Kevin Stefanski then?
Because Kevin Stefanski's been wanting out of there.
But no, I'm saying something to his point. He said it's mainly a coaching job. Like, it's not just coaching.
Yeah, but okay. Well, hold on. Let me answer that question real quick. Because when you look at the Browns and the Ravens, the Browns ownership is way worse than the Ravens ownership. They overstep and override their general manager and head coach every single turn they can get. The Browns ownership group 100% overrides what the head coach and general manager wants to do. We saw it with the trade with the Texans. We saw it with them drafting Dylan Gabriel, then Shedeur Sanders. We saw it with the problems. Now, yes, I will say Stefanski handled the Shedeur Sanders completely wrong.
You've seen it with the Steelers trade when we got Patrick Queen.
No, I'm not a Deshaun Watson fan. I'm not. The dude's played 9 games in 4 years and cost you over $100 million and all that draft capital.
And guess what? He's starting again next year.
Snatched last night.
They already announced Deshaun starting again.
Yeah, I know that as well.
Like, why do you start Deshaun over to Shedeur?
Again,
paying him $80 million. What do you mean?
Guys, thank you so much for the gifts. I greatly appreciate that. You guys know I will never be one of those creators that ask for gifts or do a gift goals. But thank you guys so much. I greatly appreciate it.
I'm asking for gifts, and they need to give them to me.
Yeah, I will tell you
why.
I will never do it. I will never be that kind of creator.
I'm asking for gifts, and they need to give them to me.
I won't be that creator. That's not me.
Shedeur getting traded too.
I believe Shedeur could be traded as well. I really do.
Going to the Rams, if anything. I don't think he's going to the Rams.
Okay, well, hold on. Who said Rams?
I did. Denver did.
I like that pick. I like going to
Why
the.
not Shedeur to the Cardinals? Since they're getting rid of.
I'll tell you this. If that were to happen, my wife, Hunter's mother-in-law, will be on my butt that day to order her a Shedeur Sanders Arizona Cardinals jersey.
Well, I'm telling you right now, I'm building the Cardinals on that, and I traded for Shedeur, and I don't think the Cardinals want that.
Yeah,
or it's a me problem. I don't know.
I'm gonna tell you this. I don't know why we Shedeur like Shedeur made Shedeur has some issues, dude. Listen, and maybe a different coach will help him. But right now, Shedeur's not that A1 quarterback. Like
Shedeur knows how to work out these issues.
You guys are acting like Shedeur played like Shuck. Shedeur didn't play like Shuck, dude.
Shuck didn't even play that good.
Oh, Tyler Shuck played great. But well, hold on. If we're going to say that, look at the head coach in New Orleans real quick. Kellen Moore. What did Kellen Moore do last year? He had the number one running back. He had won a Super Bowl, had a Super Bowl MVP quarterback. Goes down to New Orleans, who was in a complete mess. $57 million over the cap coming in that door. Coming in that door. And you draft Tyler Shuck that everybody said was going to be a horrible quarterback. And I'm back here going like, wait a minute, did you guys not watch the combine? And I knew as soon as they put Shuck in that game that he was going to be good.
Should give Riley Leonard a chance. I think
Riley Leonard 100% needs a chance in Indianapolis.
He should have played over Old Man Rivers. And they probably would be talking about him going to the playoffs instead of him sitting at home right now.
No, yeah, I don't know why. Well, I guess he did get hurt, but at the same, Riley Leonard seemed like a pretty good quarterback.
Well, the thing is I think honestly, behind Rivers for that 3-week span or whatever was the best thing that could have happened to Riley Leonard.
Guys, I read something yesterday that said there are NFL teams that are looking at hiring Phillip Rivers as a quarterback coach. I would not be surprised if the Indianapolis Colts do not hire Phillip Rivers as their quarterback coach to help Riley Leonard.
I seen the same thing. I seen something yesterday that already 5 teams that are out of the playoffs have hit him up to be a coach within the last week.
Yep.
I do have a question. If you're an active coach but not a player, can you still get put in the Hall of Fame?
Yes.
Okay.
Now, Phillip Rivers has to wait 5 more years because once you retire as a player, it does not matter if you go as a coach because there have been players who have been inducted in the Hall of Fame as a player and inducted into the Hall of Fame as a head coach.
Do you think there's any way they negate that?
No, they can't. It's sad, but no, they cannot negate it. As soon as he took that first snap with the Colts, it reset his 5-year clock. Now, think about this, though. This is what I've been saying. Yeah, it may have negated his 5 years, but the dude just got 5 years of free health insurance through the NFL retirement program. That's $7,500 a month for his entire family that now he doesn't have to pay. I think that was a great deal. But bringing back Rivers as a quarterback coach for Riley Leonard going into next year, I think would be a great move. Daniel Jones is going to want an insane amount of money to be re-signed for the Colts. You're looking at possibly a 4-year, 180 deal, kind of like what Kirk Cousins got.
That's crazy.
And I wouldn't do it. You've got a rookie quarterback in Riley Leonard, rookie deal, saves you money on that cap. You don't have a first-round draft pick this year. You don't have a first-round draft pick next year.
I don't even think they have a second round this year, do they?
I don't know. I have to wait till it all comes out.
So based off of his injuries, Armchair,
we don't even know.
How would anybody commit to Daniel Jones?
I don't know.
3 years.
And we're seeing a lot of the problems with even quarterbacks trying to come back early with Achilles injuries, like, what's his name, in Atlanta. Kirk Cousins said he couldn't even do play action
Right,
plays.
because he
He
can't
felt
play.
like his foot was stuck in some man.
Right, because he can't plant.
Yeah, and the thing is with them is like you can't commit to a guy who's had multiple lower leg injuries in the last 4 seasons.
That's the same thing with Aaron Rodgers. He has to throw off his front foot when he steps back because his back foot.
You don't have the power because of that Achilles.
Yeah.
And I just hold on. I'm gonna pull up there. Let me see what they look like next year. The Colts have 53.7 million in cap space.
The only thing with Rodgers is he don't look bad throwing off his front foot because he did that years ago. He was so used to throwing off his front foot.
Chop boy, the deal with Alex Pierce, it won't matter. If he gets a big contract, he won't care who's throwing in the ball.
I have a hot head coach take.
Uh-oh.
And I'm ready to take every single bit of heat that's coming my way.
Hey, I still think Mike Tomlin leaves Pittsburgh.
Hold on, let me get
Antonio Pierce to the New York Giants.
Let me get a drink of my haterade right now.
You get off this.
Did you literally just say that?
You get off the line right
But
now.
hear me out.
I'm not a Denver
He
fan,
went
but you
8-9 or 8-9 or 7-10 with a dog shit Raiders team his first year as the full-on head coach. Got packed up for whatever reason. And then he played for the Giants and he won a Super Bowl with the Giants. We've seen players go back to be coaches. And with that amount of talent, he's a player's coach. He could fit there perfectly and be gritty with Dark.
Yeah, dude.
Like,
yes.
I want to hang up on him right now for that take, and I love Denver Dev, and that hurt me to want to say that to him. Pierce was one of the worst coaches ever because being a player's coach, all he did was try to be rah-rah. He had no X's and O's. He did not know how to scheme. He did not know how to adjust. He is a position coach at best in the NFL because he can rah-rah his position, and he can get over that way. He is not a head coach, and he knows it. They hired him on that fluff of, I grew up a Raider fan, and da-da-da. He fluffed his way into that job, and when it came down to do the job, he could not do it. Denver Dev, you're better than that. Please never say that again.
Now, Dev, bringing him in as an offensive coordinator, I agree. Head coach, I do not. You're going to have to bring in a head coach with more experience, and this is what I like him as an offensive coordinator, okay? But this is what I think. You have a second-year quarterback and Jackson Dart. You have the Tasmanian Devil, Cam Scatterbo, coming back off of an injury. You have Malik Neighbors coming back off of an injury. You're going to have to get a really good defensive coordinator to figure out what the hell is going on with that defense and why they're acting that way. But you're going to have a strong head coach.
What about trying to get Cliff Kingsbury?
His name is Mike McCarthy.
For him. What about trying to create some deal to get Cliff Kingsbury away from Arizona for the coach?
Well, Cliff Kingsbury is with the Commanders.
Hi guys.
What's up, King?
What's up, D? What's up, Armchair?
Trying to think of who would be the best for the Giants right now.
Oh,
The best for the
Mike McCarthy.
Yes.
God, no.
Someone's got a mean echo.
That's mean, man.
If you put Mike McCarthy in as a head coach, I'm sorry, for any, I don't care that he won a Super Bowl with the damn Packers. He is the equivalent of the cancer in the locker room when it comes to quarterbacks and offenses. He'll make it look like $1 million, and guess what? Everyone's rolling. But then guess what? He chokes under pressure, and no, I do not see Mike McCarthy, and he's not good with quarterbacks. Sure.
I don't think Cliff, this is going to sound whatever, and I'm not hating on him. I'm not hating on the team, and I'm not hating on the coach. But with him having 1 year left of his contract, and it doesn't look like they're going to extend him, even if they, whatever in the playoffs, but especially if they're one and done, I could see the Steelers and the Giants doing a trade for Mike Tomlin.
Yeah, we talked about that 2 months ago.
Yep, I could see it happening.
Well, they had trade rumors with him in the past.
Well, yeah, they tried to trade him last year to the Bears, but he has a no trade clause, so he shut it down. But this year is different going into 2026 because it's the final year of his deal. And if you're one and done in the playoffs, right, that'll be what, the second or third year in a row that's happened?
Yes.
And you've been there 19 years. Yeah, majority of the time you've been 9-8. One and done in the playoffs. You got one Super Bowl win, one Super Bowl loss. I mean, what it could factor on, and I don't like it, if Aaron Rodgers comes back next year, Tomlin's going nowhere. Because Aaron Rodgers will say, I'll come back one more year if Tomlin's still here.
Yeah. I mean, and if you watched that game last night, you saw the silence. Like all the crap that Aaron Rodgers gets, I don't care who he is as a person and how he is, but you can tell the players, they like that guy. They respect that man and they play for that guy. So don't sit there and tell me that Aaron Rodgers is some bad person, inside the locker room and he makes all these decisions. Hey, he's at the end of his career. If he wants Tomlin there, hey, this is the best guy that I'm going to have that wants to run the plays the way I do. If anything, he's going to get rid of Arthur Smith. They'd be like, get rid of this guy. I don't get along with him.
I could agree with that 100%. So when you think of the Giants, I don't, my opinion, I do not think the Giants need to go with a first 1 year head coach, a rookie head coach. I don't know if, we could say Clint Kubiak out of Seattle. We could say Davis Webb out of Denver. I don't know with that organization if they're going to want a rookie head coach.
New York media would keep a rookie coach alive.
Exactly. That's the problem I have. Is if
now,
you
now, year one they might give him a little bit of a pass, but year two, nah, they're gonna.
Hey, this is an interesting take though, because if you look at it, right, they got Ben Johnson for Caleb Williams, they got that guy from Carolina with Bryce Young, and then Cohen with Jacksonville took Trevor Lawrence to the next level, right? Like, whatever. So what if the Giants hired an offensive coordinated minded coach to develop Jackson Dart and do the same thing that Johnson's doing with Caleb Williams, that Cohen's doing with Trevor Lawrence, and David Canales is doing with Bryce Young right now? Like, I'm just saying.
Yeah, but who has an offensive coordinator that's like on those guys' levels right now?
Yeah, the only one that makes sense if we're talking about development, because he was there for 98% of Josh Allen, was Joe Brady.
What about
Joe Brady might not even do it though.
What about it's crazy. What about the OC for the University of Oregon?
Yes, but that's up to them. That's a rookie.
No, I don't think Pete Carroll would go to the Giants. I not as a head coach. I don't see it.
No, Pete Carroll would be the worst thing for the Giants as a head coach. I'm sorry, like he doesn't develop young quarterbacks.
The Ravens
doesn't
did
do
not hire Pete Carroll because they're bringing in a rookie quarterback.
The Giants, I still think the Giants need a players coach. They need a Dan Campbell, and that's exactly why I said Antonio Pierce. And then put two good coordinators beside him. That was my whole thought process.
Oh, wait. Denver.
There you go again, Denver.
You're gonna put a players coach with a team that doesn't know how to win and doesn't have any veteran locker room veteran leadership. Dude, that's not what you do. That's not what you gotta have a foundation there.
Player coaches out here doing.
If the Broncos were to lose Vance Joseph, I would not be surprised if they brought in Raheem Morris.
I wouldn't be
Dan
surprised.
Campbell was different. He's been in Detroit since what?
I think it's 5 years now.
But here's the deal, though, and this is the problem when we talk about this team that needs coaches. Are they going with a defensive-minded head coach, or are they going to more lean to an offensive-minded head coach? Because, okay, the Tennessee Titans, they need a head coach, second-year quarterback. New York Giants need a head coach, second-year quarterback. Atlanta Falcons need a head coach, have no idea what they're going to do with the quarterback position. Are you keeping Kirk Cousins? Are you seeing if Michael Penix Jr. can come back? Are you getting another quarterback? You don't know.
Like, if I'm the Giants with their young core of Malik Neighbors, Jackson Dart.
Hey, Tyler, long time no see, brother.
I want to see an offensive-minded coach that can develop a quarterback, obviously, with a very strong defensive coordinator. Somebody that's not looking for a head coaching job, that's looking to build a defense and knows how to build a defense. So that's what you're looking for the Giants, because I think they've got the pieces. I think they've got the offensive pieces. You just need to develop Jackson Dart. And then after that, it's, you got, I don't know what kind of draft capital they got, but, other than, the number one draft pick.
Hard to say John Harbaugh.
Wait, can y'all do something for me real quick? Tyler Smith is a big Ravens fan. Can we just all laugh at him real quick?
Hunter.
Y'all fucking suck.
Hunter, your quarterback has not won in the playoffs. Hold on there.
What? My quarterback's in the playoffs. Tyler Luke's sitting at home next to Lamar Jackson.
Yes, but not having won in the playoffs. He has been bad in the playoffs.
All right, well, y'all don't need to worry about my team week one because, Sam Darnold just did something another quarterback by the name of Tom Brady has done. Won back-to-back 14-win seasons. No one else has done that. Sam Darnold will be putting on a Super Bowl in the playoffs. Sam Darnold will be putting on a Super Bowl ring this year.
No.
Yeah, but
That's not
here's,
happening.
here's my problem with head coaches and hiring head coaches. If you look at every single head coach that's available in the recycling bin right now, what do they all have in common?
They lose.
They've all been fired because they can't do enough anyway.
Well, when we look at the draft order, right, it goes Raiders, Jets, Cardinals, Titans, Giants, Browns, Commanders, Saints, Chiefs, Bengals. There's your top 10.
They think the water, because the water was shooting down like that, that it took from the unit.
So the Cardinals fired their head coach. The Giants fired their head coach. The Jets have not fired their head coach yet, which I'm actually kind of shocked about. The Titans fired their head coach. The Raiders fired their head coach.
I saw a stat about the Jets that was insane. It was like the total quarterback stats combined was, I think, however many wins, 3,600 passing yards, 36 touchdowns, and 0 interceptions.
This is something that I'm going to be following really closely when it comes to these head coaches, because I've been saying it all year and y'all have heard me say it. Great, you fire these head coaches. I hope you have a plan and an idea of where you're going to go to replace them. Because there better be somebody out there as a coordinator or somebody that is just jumped off the page at you, or somebody in college. Now, I keep hearing about Notre Dame, but I seriously doubt he's leaving Notre Dame.
Who's leaving Notre Dame? Hold on.
Their head coach.
No, he's not. It's stupid. For that, I mean, that would make sense, but I think Dean knows more, so I can't say.
Who said Notre Dame's coach is leaving?
No. I didn't say he was supposed to leave. I said I keep reading from sports reporters that there's a bunch of teams that want to talk to him about being their head coach. I just do not see him leaving Notre Dame.
No,
Hey, there aren't no bowl games to run away from in the NFL, brother.
Bruh, hey, make it not be like one of these guys that roll for comments. Stop it. Nobody wants to play in a Pop-Tart bowl just so you can get your...
Hey, that Pop-Tart bowl was awesome.
No. I think the best game, it was Michigan and Texas. That was a great game.
Anyway,
Michigan and Texas.
Just to give you a solid on Marcus Freeman and Notre Dame. They've already backed up the Brinks truck. He's already turned down and said he does not want to interview for anything.
Oh yeah, I don't think he's going anywhere either.
He already put it back on his social media. We're running it back. So that's just a heads up on Marcus Freeman. And here's a further point. What's happening in the NFL right now is that NFL ownerships are listening too much to their fans. These guys, like this is why I said the Raiders are the worst organization ever. This is the third year in a row you've had one and done with a coach. You have to allow a culture to set. It ain't gonna happen in 1 year. It doesn't happen for most teams in 1 year. And I can honestly tell you that NFL fan bases gotta stop trying to run teams because they don't know what the hell they're talking about. You gotta see the production in your young players and see what you do and do not have. We have too much of an opinion on things that we have no idea of what's going on a day-to-day basis in those buildings.
I agree with you 100%. And I think every NFL coach that gets hired should be on a 3-year minimum guaranteed contract. Where guess what? I cannot be fired in the first 3 years, because in the first year you're trying to fix and align with everything that you're trying to run in the scheme. So year one, yeah, you might get lightning in a bottle, and everything might just work out and pan out perfectly. But more often than not, what's going to end up happening is that you're going to have some bumps in the road, and you might have the same record, maybe a little worse, maybe a little better.
Yes, I was very impressed with Riley Leonard.
Your second year is, okay, now you've had a year to develop your players, get your system more in check and all this, and you should progress a little bit more. Maybe you make the playoffs. Third year, if you don't do anything, if you're still the same stagnant team and nothing's working, then you go ahead and say, hey, I'm going to move on. this.
I agree with you 100%.
If you don't have 3 years to give a professional coach who obviously has experience, because that's what he did to get the job, is he's been successful doing it in other places. They just don't give these coaches enough time. Like, I think it's absolutely ridiculous that you fire offensive coordinators after 1 year. Like these quarterbacks that go through, I mean, I'm surprised some of these quarterbacks have even succeeded. Like, look what happened with Baker Mayfield. It is what every year in Cleveland, he went through a new offensive coordinator, new system, had to change a new playbook. Guess what? These players need consistency, and that's how they get better. That's how you develop. But if you're changing it all the damn time, guess what? You're never going to succeed.
Who was Raheem Morris the coach?
He was a coach.
Brave, thank you for the follow. I really appreciate that.
And that was another thing. Atlanta firing him, as well as that team played for him down the stretch, and he got that ship righted with the injury to his head, to his quarterback.
Okay.
Quarterback. He got that ship righted. Atlanta is done.
All right, guys, hold on. Tyler wanted to come up here and say his piece, and when he's done, I'm gonna end the live because we're at the 2-hour mark. But I will be on later tonight at 7 p.m. Eastern with War Chant Kingdom and most likely K Couch. So, Tyler, go ahead, say your piece.
Yeah, I just want to say that my Los Angeles Rams are gonna smoke the Seattle Seahawks next week. Thank y'all so much. Y'all have a blessed day.
There we go, Tyler.
He's a Ravens fan, bro. He's a Ravens fan, bro.
Denver's
Don't know that what that is.
All right. Hold on before everybody drops off. We're going to start doing something new. Final thoughts. Bryce, what are your final thoughts?
Jaguars are number 1.
All right. Hunter, what are your final thoughts?
Oh, yeah. Wait, I didn't
I
say
don't know
that.
who can beat Seattle.
Pools, final thoughts.
Bills are beating the Jaguars.
D, final thoughts.
This playoffs is going to send us into a loop roller coaster. We're in for a big surprise come Super Bowl Sunday.
Tyler, final thoughts.
Yeah, being realistic here, Philly's coming out the NFC. They own Seattle.
Chris, final thoughts.
Final thoughts. Broncos should win it all, but we're probably not gonna. But go Broncos.
My final thoughts are the Broncos are the first seed with 14 wins, only second time in franchise history. We'll have to wait and see what they can do in the divisional rounds and see if we can make it to the Super Bowl. I hope you all have a great rest of your day. Again, I will be on at 7 p.m. Eastern tonight with War Chant Kingdom and most likely K Couch and possibly Tim. I hope you guys come in and join. It's going to be a great conversation. It's going to be a lot of fun. And remember, guys, if it wasn't for you, this channel wouldn't be going anywhere. I love you. My family loves you. I hope you have a great rest of your Monday. Stay safe. And please come back on tonight at 7 p.m. Eastern. I will catch you all then.
D, are you going live?
My final thoughts are
I'm going live.
Brandon Aubrey's falling off as a kicker. That's my final thought.
There you go. All right, bro, guys. I hope to catch y'all later. I love you. Peace.
Deuce.